go. Five, four, three, two, one. Joining me now is Angie Cooper. She is Heartland Forward President and Chief Operating Officer. Thank you for being with us, Angie.
Thanks, Roby. I appreciate you having me.
I'm coming to you today from England, Arkansas, a place that you need to come visit soon because we are in the heartland of America and we are everything that you are working towards making change and improvements for. So come see us.
Absolutely. I'll be there soon.
All right. Let's talk about high-speed internet and how important it is for rural America to have investments in that. And what do you kind of see happening on that front right now? Are you encouraged by the investments that you're seeing?
Yeah, Roby, you and I have talked about this issue before in the past, and I think we're in a really great spot, specifically in Arkansas, to lead the way to ensure the federal funds officially come down to put high-speed internet across the state of Arkansas and across the Heartland specifically. With the new Trump administration, the NTIA did come out with some new rules that were required of state broadband offices. The good news is those new rules and things that they were asking for were due mid-July, and NTIA has already approved all states and territories their initial plans for them to move forward. So we're enthused about the acceleration of getting the dollars and getting access to high-speed internet to Arkansas residents. And I just think we're in such a great position. You know, a lot of times, Ruby, we talk about where could we have improvements in Arkansas? And because of the leadership of our state broadband office and Governor Sanders and Secretary McDonald, Arkansas is going to be one of the first to get those dollars so we can get started.
Important to get those dollars and make the investments in the ground that will make that happen. And I suppose in the airwaves, there's some places that you're talking broadband, it's fiber. Some places it's going to be satellite. I'm not necessarily satellite, although that is an option, but shortwave type connections. What about what to do once you get the internet? Is there a process and a need for educating communities as to what they can do with the broadband?
Yeah, we know around 108,000 people self-identify that they don't have access to the internet. About 170,000 folks say that they only have access to the internet with their cellular device. So, yes, we got to get the infrastructure and we are technology neutral. Let's just get people access to that internet. But it really is going to be then, once the infrastructure in place, what is the adoption piece? What does that look like? How can we ensure that people are adopting? Because we know if we were fully connected through research that's been done in 2021, you know, $160 billion would have been generated economically, and that sort of equivalates to 190 billion across the US in 2025. So it's not enough just to get the infrastructure. We got that have to have the digital skills. And what's amazing again about the leadership from the state broadband office and many people across this community, nonprofits, business leaders, local ISPs, they all know that there's multiple steps now to this process. And when we talk about digital skills at Heartland, we're also thinking forward as what does that mean for AI education and really to ensure that we have affordable, high-speed internet, but then also we have the opportunities to harness the power of AI to be competitive.
I want to come back to AI in just a second, but a quick follow-up on this subject matter. Is this, getting the broadband investment in place and then getting the adoption, is that a walk and chew gum type strategy, or does it have to get done first and then you turn your focus to this?
No, it's absolutely happening simultaneously. And what is, you know, it has been a lengthy process. There, no one will say that this happened really quickly. But what is great about the state of Arkansas and the leadership we have is the ISPs are ready to go once the federal government acts. The state is ready to go. And all of those amazing people on the ground, our mayors, city council members, nonprofits, they're already working. They haven't been delayed. You know, we've talked briefly before, you know, we had created an Arkansas Connectivity Coalition. Those people are still out there doing the work to make sure that our teachers know how to access AI, that our health systems know how to access AI, that we're utilizing telehealth in places. So no one's waiting. We're still acting, but officially getting those federal dollars, hopefully by the end of the year, will really kind of solve what we've been working towards over the past few years.
All right, let's talk about artificial intelligence, AI, as it is affectionately referred to. What do you see happening on that front? What should we keep our focus on to make sure that we are capitalizing on AI? Because there are bad directions you can go with AI, there's good directions you can go with AI, and then you can just talk about it sometimes too, and you have no idea what you're really talking about. So, kind of give everybody a primer of how they should address and think about capitalizing on AI.
Absolutely. So we believe that the Heartland has the opportunity to harness the power of AI and lead in this new age. It shouldn't just be the coasts that are accessing and delivering and developing AI. So when we talk about it, there's a few things that we need to focus in on. One is there is still a lot of questions and concerns, Roby, to your point about AI, because it is moving so quickly, but it's here. So one of the things that Heartland Forward is focused on is how do we get AI education and start talking about the opportunities to learn how to use AI. We're specifically focused with an organization called Stimuli to build an ed tech platform to focus on rural high school students and rural entrepreneurs. That's where we're going to start. There's many other people looking at opportunities, but what's really exciting about our program is we're building the platform with those rural students and with the rural entrepreneurs because we want to build something that they're going to be able to use. And why it's important to look even at the student kind of starting in high school and K-12 is we did a report that looked at, what do Gen Zers think about AI? Well, 77% of Gen Zers are saying they're using AI tools like ChatGPT. 43% of them are using it weekly, but only 10% are learning it in school. And only 9% say they're ready to use AI in the workforce. And then through some other polling, we know that 70% of people think their employer should teach them how to use AI. So we really want to fuel that and provide tools and resources through this ed tech platform that we're creating, so people aren't left behind. But education is not just the only thing that we're thinking about. One thing is there's lots of questions and concerns, and we're really trying to pull together state policymakers to say, let's not legislate in fear, but let's think about the opportunities as it relates to education, workforce, and healthcare so the Heartland can remain regionally competitive.
How does someone plug in with you guys on this initiative?
We have an AI newsletter, so I highly encourage you to go visit heartlandforward.org. Sign up for our AI newsletter. It comes out once a week, sharing information of not just what's happening here in the state of Arkansas, but what's happening across the Heartland and the 20 states which we define, which make up the third largest economy in the world. So you're gonna get some good best practices. And the people that read our newsletter are policymakers, academia, nonprofits, and business and industry leaders. So that would be one thing, Roby, that I would say sign up for that, get in touch with us, and we want to be a resource.
The White House made an announcement on AI this past week. Do you think that's a move in the right direction, or are they misguided, or kind of what's your take on what was put out?
I think the things that they're focused on are right on to ensure that the Heartland and our entire country remain competitive and have a competitive advantage. So a few things that we're focused on specifically as it relates to the report. We believe you have to build a strong talent pipeline, so they're focused on the workforce. And the ways in which they're focused on their workforce is we know to have AI, to have data centers, we need electricians. We need a skilled workforce so we can train people and be able to move forward into the future. There's also a lot of discussions in the report that the administration put out around healthcare. How do we get this right in healthcare? How do we make sure rural communities have access to these things so they can continue to thrive? There's great kind of a landscape on that just general AI education piece that I talked about earlier. AI in agriculture, for us to continue to grow the types of crops we grow here in Arkansas, Roby, we're gonna need these things put in place and bringing people together. So the list goes on and on about what's in their outline, but where we believe at Heartland Forward and kind of our sweet spot is it's not just going to take the federal government, it's not just going to take the state government. These are going to have to be smart public-private partnerships to get it done. And we believe the Heartland has the opportunity to lead.
She's Angie Cooper. She's the president and chief operating officer for Heartland Forward. Thank you for spending time with us, Angie. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Roby. Appreciate it.